Welcome to Millennium Sports World. Today we have brought local and international sports stories including tennis, baseball, golf, NFL, world soccer, cricket and some more sports news. So let's see what's waiting in today's sports world. At first, let's have latest tennis story. Rafael Nadal has shown good progress in training since recovering from a hip injury, but his coach Carlos Moya still worries about how the former world number one's body will hold up against the rigors of Grand Slam tennis. The 37-year-old suffered a muscle issue at Melbourne Park in January that wiped out his season, but will return at Brisbane this month before playing in the January 14 to 28 Australian Open, where he won 2 of his 22 Grand Slam titles. The Spaniard, who had surgery in June, has said 2024 could be his final year on tour and has stepped up training in recent months in order to make a comeback and ensure he finishes his career on court. Rafa's going to go from training, which he is doing very well, to competing. It's impossible to have the same conditions in training as in a match, Moya said in an interview with the ATP Tour. Playing the best of 5 sets, win, rest, return to court 2 days later, that's the doubt I have right now, especially for a Grand Slam. But we have time. If the Australian Open started tomorrow, it would be a real fear. There is still a month left, a tournament before in Brisbane, demanding training. I think all of this will put him in a position to be able to endure it. But now that's my fear. Nadal dropped out of the top 100 for the first time in 20 years earlier this season and has slipped to number 668 but is eligible for a protected ranking, having been injured and not competing for at least 6 months. Now it's time for latest world soccer stories. Brazil forward Neymar will not recover from knee surgery in time to play at next year's Copa America, national team Dr. Rodrigo Lesmer said on Tuesday. Brazil's top scorer underwent surgery last month after suffering a ruptured anterior cruciate ligament and meniscus in his left knee on international duty in October. Lesmer, who carried out the surgery, said the 31-year-old is not expected to be fit until August and they do not intend to take shortcuts in the recovery process for him to play at the June 20 to July 14 tournament in the United States. There won't be time. It's too early. There is no point skipping steps to recover sooner and taking unnecessary risks, Lesmer told Brazilian radio station Radio 98 FM. We expect that he will be ready to return at the start of the 2024 season in Europe, which is in August. We need to be patient. Talking about a return before 9 months is premature. It is very important to have the time it takes for the body to build that ligament. The expectation is that after this time, he will have recovered at a high level. Neymar joined Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal in August, but the former Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain forward played only 5 games as he struggled with muscle injuries. Lionel Messi is expected to line up against his boyhood club Newell's Old Boys after the Argentine team agreed to a pre-season friendly game at Inter Miami in February. The Major League Soccer club announced on Monday that they would host Newell's at their Drive Pink Stadium on February 15. Newell's are based in the city of Rosario, where Messi was born and grew up, playing for their youth team before moving to Spanish club Barcelona aged 13. Inter coach Gerardo Tata Martino also hails from the city and played for the club in 3 spells before returning as the team's coach in 2012. I am delighted to welcome my beloved Newells to our home here in Miami. It will be a special match due to everything Newell's Old Boys means to me, Martino said. It will also be a good opportunity to prepare for what will surely be an exciting season, he added. The fixture is the latest in a busy pre-season schedule for Miami, who will kick off the preparations by facing the El Salvador national team in San Salvador on January 19. The club will then play 2 games in Saudi Arabia, including against Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr, before games in Hong Kong and Tokyo. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jadoo TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Pep Guardiola is happy to call Manchester City the best in the world this year, but an all-time great team? That debate must wait for years, if not decades. Guardiola is the first coach to win the FIFA club title with 3 different teams and compared City's status to the great Barcelona side he led to be champion of Spain, Europe, and the world in 2011. If people talk about the team 25 or 30 years later, it means you are a really good team, he said. Today is nice, we have been the best team in the world. Judgment on this Man City era also must wait for the outcome of an English Premier League investigation into alleged financial wrongdoing at the club for almost a decade through 2018. A hearing is expected late next year to examine 115 charges leveled against the club for conduct during the first 9 full seasons after being bought by the royal family of Abu Dhabi. Verdicts are not expected until 2025, when City will play in the first revamped Club World Cup with 32 teams. Guardiola's team has been unquestionably the best in Europe this year and was simply too good for overmatched Fluminense, which could ill afford unlucky bounces of the ball that left the first-time champion of South America in a 2-goal hole within 27 minutes. The long-awaited reunion of Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi is now a reality after the Uruguayan striker signed with Inter Miami on Friday for the 2024 season. I'm very happy and excited to take on this new challenge with Inter Miami, Suarez said. I can't wait to get started, and I'm ready to work to make the dream of winning more titles with this great club a reality. I'm optimistic about what we can achieve together with our shared ambition. There had been speculation for months that Suarez would join Inter Miami, especially given his relationship with Messi. Inter Miami won its first trophy, the League's Cup, last season shortly after Messi arrived. His signing part of an overhaul that brought elite talent like Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba to the club, along with coach Gerardo Tata Martino. Busquets and Alba was played for Barcelona alongside Messi, and Martino is a former Barcelona coach. Now let's have latest golf story. Bernhard Langer capped off his memorable record-setting season by teaming with his son to post a 13 under 59 in 30 mph wind for a 2-shot victory Sunday in the PNC Championship. Langer and son Jason, who works for an investment bank in New York, had 10 birdies in 11 holes to overcome a 3-shot deficit early. Langer tied the PNC Championship record with his 5th win, 3 with Jason, 2 with older son Stephen. Raymond Floyd also won 5 titles. Tiger Woods and 14-year-old son Charlie tied for 5th after a 61. The highlight was Charlie chipping in for birdie on the 9th hole with a celebration that looked very much like his father, who could only smile. The 66-year-old Langer, a two-time Masters champion earlier this year, set the PGA Tour Champions record with his 46th career victory. Now let's have latest NFL story. The New Orleans Saints have struggled all season against teams with records at or above .500. It happened again at Los Angeles on Thursday night with a 30-22 loss to the Rams. New Orleans also lost what little margin for error it still had in its bid to make the playoffs. The biggest thing is we have got 2 divisional games left to play, Coach Dennis Allen said. So our focus is going to be on trying to win those 2 divisional games, and then we will let everything play out from there. The Saints have played 7 teams that entered this weekend at 7-7 or better. New Orleans has lost to 6 of them, to Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, Houston, Minnesota, Detroit, and the Rams. The exception was a victory at Indianapolis. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BT Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. A new round of stadium construction is underway for professional sports teams across the US, and taxpayers will be helping to pay the multi-billion-dollar tab. The wave of construction has seen teams chasing both repairs and luxurious additions. Some teams have sought new public funding for the projects with mixed support, even while debt from the last round of renovations a couple decades ago is still being paid off. This year alone, the Associated Press tallied about a dozen stadium projects that were unveiled or already underway for Major League Baseball and National Football League franchises. That doesn't include additional projects for professional basketball, hockey, and soccer teams. As 2023 began, work already was underway on multi-year stadium renovations for the New Orleans Saints football team and Toronto Blue Jays baseball team. Then more teams joined the trend at a pace of nearly 1 per month. Nino Niederreiter scored a pair of power play goals and had an assist to help the Winnipeg Jets defeat the Boston Bruins 5-1 on Friday night. Winnipeg's Gabriel Vilardi extended his goal-scoring streak to 5 games with a goal and 1 assist, while Josh Morrissey and Adam Lowry also scored goals. Mark Schiffel contributed a pair of assists for the Jets, who have points in 5 consecutive games and are 8-1-1 their past 10 outings. We came out wanting to win the game and go into the Christmas break with a good feeling, Niederreiter said. I think we left it all on the line. I think we gave ourselves the feeling that we can compete against anyone. They also stretched a franchise record by holding opponents to 3 or fewer goals in 22 consecutive games. Connor Hellebuyck made 24 saves to help Winnipeg finish a 4-game homestand 3-0-1. Now let's have latest basketball stories. The WNBA released its schedule on Monday with its usual month-long break for the Olympics. There will be no regular season contests from July 18 to August 14 because of the Paris Games. The league's 28th season will begin on May 14 with 8 teams in action, including two-time defending champion Las Vegas, which opens against Phoenix. The Aces and New York Liberty, who met in the WNBA Finals last season, will play 3 times, with the first meeting on June 15. Teams will once again play 40 games, with the regular season ending on September 19. All 12 teams played that day. We eagerly anticipate tipping off the 2024 season and building on the success of last season, our most watched in 21 years and a record setter for social media engagement, digital consumption, all-star merchandise sales, and sports betting, WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert said. Now it's time for latest cricket stories. After bundling the hosts out for 98, Najmul Hossain Shanto's team roamed to a 9-wicket win with 209 balls remaining. Bangladesh created history on Saturday in Napier by beating New Zealand in New Zealand for the first time after 18 failed attempts. After bundling the hosts out for 98, Najmul Hossain Shanto's team roamed to a 9-wicket win with 209 balls remaining. It was New Zealand's lowest ODI total against Bangladesh and the third lowest total against the Asian side by any team in this format. It was just the 9th team they folded for a sub-100 total. 98 by New Zealand was the lowest total by any team against the Tigers outside Bangladesh in the 50-over format. Bangladesh's 9-wicket win was their joint biggest ODI win away from home in terms of wickets in hand. That's all in today's sports world. Keep watching Millennium Sports World for latest sports update. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jadoo TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all types of informative and entertainment program. Thank you.